It's been a while since I did a haul video, which means we got a lot to catch up on. Let's dive in. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Bourbon Hutch, and thanks so much for joining me on this journey through the world of whiskey. So that's right, it's been quite some time since I did any sort of recap of my bourbon finds over the last couple of months or so, so I figured we would dive in today and I would give you guys a little glimpse into what I've been adding to my collection. It's kind of going to be like a recap of the end of the summer and this early part of fall, which is really when bourbon hunting season starts to ramp up. One of the things that prompted me to do this video is I've actually been able to get my hands on a couple of unicorn bottles that were on my all-time bucket list, my most anticipated for this year especially, but just overall bourbon hunting experience as well. So really excited to dive in with you guys. Before we get all the bottles up here for you guys to see, do want to say if you're enjoying all the content coming out of the channel, would love to have you aboard as a subscriber for the tail end here of 2023 and beyond. If you feel so inclined, please hit the like button on the video, helps get it out to more people, and comment down below. What have you been able to pick up this, late summer, early fall part of the bourbon hunting season? Any bottles you're super excited to share. All right, without further ado, let's dive in. Let's start with some of the more standard bottles. Bottles, though, that are definitely rounding out my collection in a nice way. So we're just gonna start out with actually a 3-for-1, and that's gonna be all 3 of the Kirkland brand whiskeys or bourbons. So I've been fortunate enough over the last couple of months as these have dropped to get the small batch, the bottled in bond, and the single barrel option from Kirkland. So really cool lineup to have, just all 3 of them. Was hoping to get all 3 this year, so that's great. And definitely stay tuned soon for a video where I compare all 3, because I think that's just going to be fun to see which one comes out on top. Okay, moving right along, we've got 2 bottles now that are more standard, can be somewhat hard to find at different times, but certainly going to add to any collection, and that's going to be a bottle of Buffalo Trace and a Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit. So I was running low on my other bottle of Buffalo Trace that I have in the hutch, so I wanted a backup, which is great, and I've seen this flooding the area around me more recently, which is great to see. Buffalo Trace back on the shelves, and then this Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit, already did a review on it actually, but it's one of those like more niche bottles. It's still findable, but people don't talk about it that much, so definitely enjoy adding it to my collection, and I think it's pretty dang good whiskey. Okay, here's where we start to get into some of the more special, limited, fun bottles. We're gonna start out with actually 2 samples that I was sent that I'll be doing a review on soon, and those are both from Barrel Bourbon. So we've got the Cask Finish Series Tale of Two Islands. I believe that's some sort of rum finish bourbon. I have to dive more into that one. And then this is an Amburana finished bourbon. So really excited to dive into both of these. I'll be doing a review probably of both of these at the same time sometime soon. Thanks so much to Barrel. They're so awesome. They're so generous. They sent me these samples. So excited to give a review of some of their new, more experimental finishes. Okay, moving right along. Another bottle here that gets us a little bit more into the special realm, a little bit harder to find, and that is Chattanooga whiskey bottled in bond. This is the spring 2019 release, which makes it the most recent release. I believe there's like a toasted kind of finish aspect to this, so excited to dive in. There's not many reviews out there yet, so I'm gonna do a review soon, but from what I have seen and heard, it's really, really good stuff. Okay, decided to shift a lot of stuff down because we needed more room and there's still quite a few bottles to go through, but this is where it starts to get really, really exciting. So I'm just gonna walk through a little bit chronologically of the bottles that I've been able to get recently that are just, I'm so excited about. So first on that part of the list here is a Four Roses single barrel strength. So this is the first barrel strength I've been able to get my hands on. It is the OBSV recipe. So that's one of my favorites. I actually just did a full series where I tasted through all 10 of the Four Roses recipes because they put together a nice little 10 recipe tasting kit. And OBSV ended up being my absolute favorite. So really, really excited to dive into that one when I do crack it open. All right, the next bottle on the list is one that I've already done a review on for the channel, but it still fits into that like late summer pickup category for me. and just one that I hadn't even seen before. So really special, and that is Wild Turkey Master's Keep Voyage. So here we've got a bottle that is, still want you to be able to see the four roses. Got a bottle that costs $250 for me, so super expensive. Obviously the presentation's great. It's a rum finished bourbon, 10-year-old bourbon. I think it's really, really solid. Some reviews said that it wasn't worth that price tag, but just in terms of adding a Master's Keep to my collection, I had to grab it when I saw it. And I do think it's a pretty special rum finish. Of all the rum finishes I've tasted, this is the best one. All right, next is one that I've been able to taste recently, cracked it open, and I'll be doing a review. That'll be coming out real soon if it hasn't come out already. And as a lot of people are saying, I think it's a contender for Bourbon of the Year, and that is Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Batch C923. This thing is a beast. 13 years old and 7 months, so almost 14 years old, 133 proof. It's one of the best things I've tasted in all of my whiskey hunting journey, so what a phenomenal batch. This is rounding out. I have all 3 Elijah Craigs from the year, and I've got the first 2 Larceny, so I'm just looking for Larceny C923. Haven't really seen it hit shelves near me yet, so excited to pick that one up, and then I'll probably do a full lineup of every single Elijah Craig and Larceny barrel proof, but I have a suspicion that this boy is gonna win out because, man, it is so good. Okay, had to do even a little more rearranging. Wanted these ones to be front and center because, again, I am super excited about these last, well, it's technically 3, but 2 that I'm exceptionally excited about, and one that just came along as a kind of pair. So that pair is from Maker's Mark. You can probably guess where I'm going with this. I've got a Maker's Mark cask strength and Maker's Mark cellar aged. I literally could not be more excited to have the cellar aged. I was able to taste this down at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, and it's phenomenal. They sent along, I'm part of the Whiskey Drop, which is a special little program Maker's Mark does. It's not available in many states yet, but they will literally ship you what their new special releases are. And you pay a little bit extra over MSRP usually, and you pay for shipping, but to get something like cellar aged guaranteed to your doorstep, amazing. And they sent along the cask strength so that you can taste what their regular old, like 6 to 7 year old cask strength tastes like, and then compare that to an 11 and 12-year-old blend. So really excited to dive into both of those. And then last but not least, let me shift these just a little bit to make room for our last bottle. Another unicorn one that I've just been ecstatic that I got and have been hunting for quite a while. Basically everybody's hunting it, and that is Michter's 10 Rye. So was actually won this in a raffle from a local liquor store. Just got super lucky. I have basically never seen this in the wild. I've barely even seen it behind, the glass container for marked up prices. So this is quite a rare one for me to see, and to get it in a raffle was super special. Haven't cracked it open yet, but definitely planning to, and I'm just really, really excited to add it to the collection because honestly, I didn't think I was gonna be able to get my hands on one of these for quite some time. All right, everybody, that's it. That's gonna be our full haul. It's a pretty big one because I basically haven't done a recap in quite some time. So basically this takes us back to most of August and September and the beginning part of October here. So been really excited to add all of these to the collection. It's been a good couple of months, and I'm hoping to still add a couple more things to the hutch by the end of bourbon hunting season here, but I'm already super happy with everything I've been able to get my hands on. Again, let me know in the comments below, what have you been excited to grab? I hope you guys have the best of luck with the rest of hunting season, that you find the bottles that you're looking for, and that you share the love with the community. So until I see you guys again for another video, all I can say is keep drinking good whiskey, keep hunting the special bottles, because you might just be lucky enough to grab one, and cheers.